many binocs I've got. I definitely probably have a prosthetic left arm, but let's try bionic while I've got it. Legrand isn't an original, but he basically feels like it. Let's see who else is in here. Lincoln. None of them need organs, which is kind of great, but I thought one of my originals did. All the mouths. There's Lumi. You do need an eye. I don't have eyes yet, I don't think. Oh, we got one, maybe? We'll put you in for a surgery for an eye, and I'll see if we don't have the part later. I'm trying to make it that we've got a spare in case I need to fix it. McPherson isn't an original, but my god, I fucking treat him like he is. Same with Mitz. Mitz here is an original, but I fucking treat her like she is. Naomi. Don't know if Naomi's the original. I know Nina is. I have a list. I'm just doing this flying like the seat of my pants at the moment because I'm like, I don't want to look at it. You got a leg. I could look at it and I could be more accurate, but I roughly know who my original 21 are. There's just a couple of people where I've got a few that are similarly named. I'm pretty sure Pumpkin needs some surgery as well. Ray does. She's like priority up on the list because mechs can't see her. I don't know why, but mechs don't see her. So when I need to do a rescue and battle, she's fantastic to send out. Now Sam's lost some like toes and shit on your left. Like I could give you bionic legs, but like, mate, it's 8% you've lost. He lost toes and stuff because he had a set piece of armor and he wouldn't fucking get a jumper in the middle of winter when a really, really bad winter, and he lost some toes because of it. Mind you, he also suffered a lot of hypothermia that year, but I really feel like that was a him problem. Because I kept trying to take him inside, and he kept going back outside. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go stand out in the cold. Val says also hiding. Not Toad. I wanted to click on Tofu. Most of them are just lost like a couple of toes at the most, by the look of it. I'm pretty sure we've gone through the whole thing, but there might be... I know there's weeks. Pinky, index finger, thumb. That's most of one hand, by the look of it. I also need to get you an eye. Yeah, no, I think your right arm could benefit from being replaced. I just don't think I have an extra right arm. We'll find out. Weeks need stuff. And that's everyone. Okay. Okay, all the originals have been sussed out and none of them need the liver. Make a simple helmet. Nice. I see you, Keelan. I see you wagging your tail. Peeking. Hiding in the room because they're hungry. I think they're only going to get more hungry by hiding in said room, but you know, I'm not going to judge that. So, it's fine. We have one caravan out and the other caravan is just gone. Okay. Well, that timing. I don't know if I have a pink combination for Kitty Venus. Well, I've got the pink avatar. I can't do her in combinations, but I do think she might. Hold on. I gotta remember where the fuck I saved her. I do, but I don't have her with the bow. I will allow this one because, like, I do have her in pink in Kitty Venus, but I cannot do any other combinations of outfits or hair colors. Okay, not with this avatar. Just to let you know. Too many points. Got to start spending. I highly recommend, if you guys got like a lot of points and stuff, like by all means go ham with like the avatar outfits and shit, because like I was saying this earlier that a lot of Kitty Venus's outfits won't exists on the new avatar, on the Live 2D avatar, and Minty and Lav won't exist on the new avatar. So you guys won't be able to make those into combinations when I have the Live 2D one done, which I have started rigging her. So yeah, go ham with that in the meantime and stuff, because if I can figure out how to do it, we will have blonde, purple, and brown, the 3 hair colors. And yeah, I haven't quite worked out how I want to do those yet, but yeah, we'll see. No worries, it's up to you if you want Kitty Fire or not. I know, it's just the pink hair, just as a heads up. So whenever I've got the pink hair on, I cannot do her in combinations with clothes or hair, because I just never sat down and made them for her. I could have actually sat down and made a whole bunch of combinations for the pink hair to go with the dresses and stuff. I just never did, because like I literally slapped it together for I think my first stream anniversary a couple of years ago. In like I just did it that day or that weekend or something, and just saved 4 straight images, and then I did the same thing when I made my Cutie Venus avatar, and I just never made the combinations because it's like 118 different images I have to save to make her compatible with the other outfits and shit for this, and I don't have that energy. It's a lot. It's so tiring. That's why I just don't have it. But yeah, as long as I've got the pink hair and stuff, because the pink hair is just, usually I do that for like a celebration event and stuff, and tonight we're kind of very lightly celebrating the fact that I've found the new location where we're going to move to for RimWorld. I've figured out where we're going to go, and I'm just getting the base prepared. So we're going to have tonight and we're going to have tomorrow night with RimWorld. So yeah, it's mostly just going to be me trying to make food and me assessing like rooms and stuff like that. Like I'm doing that actively at the moment. Like, I mean, move. I guess we can leave that there. I'm also trying to figure out what size room I want to try to make in the next place. And then next week, at least next Tuesday, I would say is probably when we're going to start like moving to the next location, like settle and shit. But yeah, I just need the game to kind of, I need my colony to prepare some extra food, and I have a lot of resources, so I'm gonna need to do some really big caravans, or a lot of little caravans. Both are fine, I don't care. But yeah, if I separate my colony in half, we're gonna have like 141 colonists at either location, because we've got like an even amount at the moment, which is just crazy. Mind you, if I get a raid of 145 pirates again, we might actually have an issue with 141 people. Or worse, if we get like the mech battle, you know, the fucking 50 odd mechs, like we should be able to handle that, because like half of my colonists are melee. At least half my colonists are melee. And there's like 15 pacifists, I'm gonna guess off the top of my head. I know that there's at least 4 that I know of, but I think there's like up to 10 that are pacifists. So there's a few people that can't fight, and there's a few people that won't fight in battle because I won't let them near it. The only thing is I do have to make sure that whoever I move, I take their fucking animal with them, their bonded attack animal, because a lot of my animals, as you guys know, are trained to fight, and some of them happen to be bonded to a few colonists, and it's not useful to have a battle if I have, say, Dally in the other colony, but Panther 363 in this colony. Like, 363 isn't going to help fight for Dally. They're not going to help fight for me either, if I don't have them here. So a lot of my animals are like part of my force. So also, how is this room with the big bed? Also, how you been, Keelan? Let's see, average size, so it went down to 30, and apart from the fact that it is dirty, it went down to 30 from that. So if I was to move this out, let's reinstall this out here. Because I would like to have, actually, hold on. Does this specify that it has to be near the bed head? Dresser gives a small amount of comfort bonus to all nearby beds. Placing more than one dresser near the same bed has no effect. A solitude. The furniture is great. Oh, it's got art. Sorry. That's fine. That's why it's excellent. All right. And its beauty is 16 for an excellent. So it doesn't have to be right near it, but it obviously, hang on a second. How close does it have to be to count? So if it's outside of the room, it doesn't count. If I had 2 beds in one room, that might be a bit shit. I wonder if I could put 2 single beds per one room. Like, it would count as a barracks, right? Hold on, let me chuck that in there. Let me see how the footing goes from 30. Because it should only go down to 29. I'm trying to suss out what size bedroom I want to make in the future. And a 25 square bedroom, like 5 by 5 square bedroom is kind of a bit bullshit big as opposed to the 12s like that they've got. But I never wanted the bedrooms to be that small. I definitely wanted them to be able to walk between the animal beds in their bed. Whereas this has a little bit more room. Like, I could shove their bed up into the corner if I wanted to, and I could have a bed beside it. And then I could have, like, some animal beds in there. Or even furniture. Like, I wanted to put, like, fucking, where is it? Couches and shit in here. Purely aesthetic. But, like, they can go sit on it and they can go, like, fucking read. Like, I could put a bookshelf in there. I could technically make every single bedroom a reading room. That would involve random people reading in other people's rooms, though. But it would give me a massive amount of area to store books. And I only have, like, such a small area to store books. I have been limited on storage to this room. I've got 8 bookcases in here. I got a quest. Ooh, actually, we haven't had a quest for a while. 7 Parkers of normal quality for Dryden. And they want... What, they want to give me what? Money in return? Oh, books and shit. Okay. Where is Dryden? That's not that far away. I was going to say, I could send somebody to walk over there and then I could drop the resources on top of it if I wanted to. Or I could drop the resources and the person. I could do a transport pod, although that would cost me a little bit. Where did that quest go? Hold on. Quests. Let's zoom out from the surgery because that's a bit squishy. So I could get hyperweave, which, I mean, I do like hyperweave gear, but we haven't made anything with hyperweave for a while, and they'd probably just made some trash and somebody would bitch about it. Although I don't believe anything is allocated to use hyperweave. So I could allow, like, maybe some fancy hats or something. That would be nice. It'd be really nice to have that color in here, but that's just such a small amount. I mean, it's a lot, but it's a small amount. I don't need still skill trainers in crafting. Trust me, my people have spent enough time working on the benches to get their crafting skills up. Most of them are like an 8. I don't care for that. Jono's Insight, Art of Fencing, Knowledge, Masterwork. So what does this do? This trains them in melee and artistic. Huh. Well, that wouldn't be too bad if it could train some people in their melee. Because I got a lot of people that could do it for some melee. Blacksmithing. Gives smithing, which I already have unlocked. Is that smithing the skill? Smithing the research? Because that looks like smithing the research. Whereas that's skills. Okay, and that's money. I mean, okay. So the only thing I want in this is that book. There's a good chance I can buy that somewhere else. So I'm going to go for the hyperweave. They want, what, 7 Parkers. I probably don't have 7 to begin with, but I bet I've got 7 people wearing Parkers. And we're not quite in winter, so there's a Parker. I have 17 Parkers. We have poor quality, normal, there's one. 2, 3, 4. Very close. 5. And there was one more in here somewhere. The fuck did it go? It's there somewhere. Maybe? Is it on the ground? Oh yeah, it's on the ground. We have 5 at the moment, and some of them are shit quality. But you know what? You know what's the fastest way to get shit like this? Let's go into my apparel and anything. Let's just say stick. Let's take everybody's parkas off, please. Get that shit off. I need to put that back on later. We need to specifically remember to put the parkas back onto the allocation. But everybody's that's got one should wake up and take one off. I'm hoping that they take it off and take it to storage. I'm guessing that they're just going to take it off and drop it, and it's going to be like an X on it. But if they don't, I have a little look at you around. Where are you going? Making advanced components, you're just wandering around. I need to just have a quick sip. I don't believe that they should have that many parkas because it is summer. But you never know. Somebody could be wearing one, and it could be normal, but like a kind of crappy quality normal. I don't see anybody getting out of bed to take a parka off. Oh no. Is that a parka? That's a parka. Hold on. Go on, mate. Let me click on you. Ah, it's poor quality. Damn. But he is taking it. There's Vincent's got one too. They are taking it to storage. There's 6. We've got 6. If we get one more, we can set out for that. Oh no, Jackal's got one. What quality is that? We got 7. Okay. We're going to have enough to set out on this caravan in a moment. I will set up the caravan, and I can't allow them to put them back on until after my caravan has gone. That's a big thing we've got to remember to do. But, yeah. If you got Ender coming over here and stuff with it, as long as I can get them onto the caravan, it should be fine. How is this going for this room? While we're waiting. So, oops, I turned that off. It's still 7 average size, sorry, 30 average size room. Okay, so if we were to have a room that's a 5x5, which I think is a bit much, it would be average room. But then I could allow it to not be the 3x4. I could make it a 4x4 square. It would no longer be cramped. It would then be, what was it, tight room or something like that. Like, what do you think of your room? You're unbelievably comfortable. Recreation's fully satisfied. Really impressive rec room, dining room, pretty environment, sky high expectations, 8 without a table, colonist died. They're actually doing really good considering we had Mega Scarab die. Nobody's really having that big of a tantrum. Knees might have a tantrum soon. Okay, so, like, their rooms are still cramped. But I think if I could make it a 4x4 or a 5. Because if I was to bring anything else in here, it doesn't matter if it's a single bed or a double bed. It doesn't matter if it's a single side table or a dresser. The animal beds, like I said, purely aesthetic animal beds. But sleeping squares would do the same thing. It would just mean that they'd sleep on the floor. So in a space like this, what can I do visually to this room? Apart from the fact that I would need to have a light in here, which is fine. I think this is 5, right? So I could have moved it over. I could have moved it over to make it centered. That would be... Whoa. Hold on a fucking second. Let me look at the shape of this room. It lies. Oh, give me my dots. How many across is this? No. It's 5 across, and it's a 2, so it's going to move off to the side. So, yeah. The other thing I've got to allow for is it's not just the room being a 5. If I make it a 5 cubed, I'll end up with a 4 squared room because the building of the walls would end up smaller. So, but in a smaller room, I still can't center the thing like that. All I want to do is I want to center the bed to the room. That's kind of all I want to do. Alternatively, I could move the bed into the corner, although I don't know if colonists can get into a bed if it's up against the wall. If anybody knows if a colonist can still get into a bed if one side of it's jammed up against a wall on a double bed, please let me know. I need to know this. Because like at the moment I'm looking at the fact that I would need an even sized room, which a 4x4 room would be fine. I would take it down to there instead. That would be centered. If I had a dresser, they could still walk around it, or it could just be somewhere in the room. It doesn't have to be attached to it. I would like to have a light source in here. The light sources took me a while to get into these rooms anyway. Smaller room would make it harder to add in like any additional beds and shit. Alright. One thing I want to do just at the moment is I do want to just grab a screenshot of this just for the sake of it. There, leave me that for later. I can play with that image. So what I mean is when I find a new location, which by the way, I will get rid of this bedroom because I don't think it's gonna offer me much more information than the more things I put in here, the smaller the foot size is going to get. So yeah, basically, so what I kind of do when I find a new location, for anybody that's wondered if I like work with designs and stuff like that, I generally don't. But what I will kind of do is I will sort of like, you see how they've got this like line here? I used to have a line also going down here as well. And this told me where my dead center was for building. I will make that, and I will also kind of like work out, hey, here's the geothermal. Take a screenshot of that, cut that out, and then put that on the image to see roughly where those would be. They're the two main things I care about, is how many geothermals and what is in the way when I'm building. What I mean by that is like this. Like that shit's in the way for building kind of stuff. Those kinds of things are important. I also don't want to lose that masterwork bed, so I'm just going to check the hospital and just see if I could replace like one lower quality bed, if we even have one lower quality bed, with that. Because one of these have got to have been destroyed and be remade. All of them are like excellent. Okay, they're all like set to excellent, and one of them is a fucking masterwork. I could, like, I don't really want to just like shove what's his name, Muffalo. I don't want to shove Muffalo in some like random bed, but I might actually just move him into here. I might get rid of this. Fred, can you do deconstructions? No, you can't. Thema might be able to after he eats. Yeah, he can. All right, we'll move that, and we'll move your bed in here for the moment. I want to find out how many people I've got spare that do not currently have beds, because every bed should be allocated. And like I said, I need people to like couple up for that. But yeah, while I'm waiting for them to deconstruct that, we should have enough clothing items for me to send this caravan. I could transport pod it, but it's like 5 days. It's fine. Let's see. We will send Lasagna, because he's a melee anyway. We'll send Lasagna, and Barrel's a bit of a slow walker. He'll have a tantrum before he goes. Pigeon will have a tantrum before he goes. Troxto had a tantrum recently, so we should be okay with that. And Sass had a tantrum recently. Neither of you guys, none of you have fucking weapons. You'll probably get attacked, but I don't want to take anybody too great. Nat could go. Nat's got a little gun. They'll be fine. If they get attacked, they can use that. Now, let's get you some animals. Honestly, the muffaloes are better, but I'm trying to take the non-pregnant animals, honestly. I don't have to. It's just that, like, I don't have to worry about the caravan expanding in size while I'm waiting for it to leave. That's my only thing about that. Make you a 2,000 caravan. I'd actually like you to be a bit more than that. 1,500. Okay, let's push that to as high up as I can. I don't really want you guys to take the kibble. Honestly, I don't know who in my colony is eating the fucking kibble, but I don't believe it for a goddamn second. Now, you guys reckon you've got like 50 days worth of food, and that's a lot of that, and that's a lot of that's going to rot in 2 days. So let's give you 20 of that. Let's give you 50 of that instead. I don't want to trade any of that. I do have a lot of rice and shit. I don't want to carry good crap with me, but I'm going to need enough money to do trade. By the look of it, I don't have a lot of spare food. I have a lot of cloth. Wood weighs a lot, and I don't think Blue's interested in that, but let's get the parkas loaded up before I forget. Okay. So we need 1, 2, they've probably got more in here if they're lesser quality. 3, 4. Honestly, just taking all the parkas would be fine. 5. That's poor quality. Imagine all those ones down there would be poor quality. I don't really want to sell my Devil Strand. 6, 7. That should be the 7. But just in case it's not, let's take that. Okay. I don't want to take my Devil Strands. I want my people to take those back, but let's start loading up some poor quality shit. I am also going to have that other trader rock up, and we're going to do a trade with them, but this is a really good way of getting rid of all the poor quality crap so that nobody puts that back on if we can avoid it. And then whatever we have left that isn't on them, when my other trader rocks up, we'll sell that. But of course I've got to let them get that shit back on them too. So I just find everything that says it's poor quality. I don't usually bother to only take poor quality stuff, especially since it's not going to net me much of a sale, but like a poor quality heavy fur t-shirts, $103 I think would be okay for trading for some things, especially since it's blue. So blue should have steel, plasteel, Nutrimine for medicine. They might have psychic soothe pulses. Like, this is a trade we probably want to take extra money for. I will probably also give them all the silver that we have for this. They may get attacked. This is why I said I wanted somebody that had a gun. I didn't take somebody that had a good gun, but I'm aware of it. We have a Masterwork t-shirt. I'm guessing we don't have 3 Masterwork t-shirts sitting there, but you know, my people are like that sometimes. You have a lot of good parkas and stuff. I wouldn't mind throwing in a couple of normal parkas just to make sure we meet the numbers for certain. I'm not really seeing, like, there shouldn't be any poor quality ones up here, but here's Zula. Azula, my cat, has decided to come and join us. Give her some pats. She's come for her fuzzy donut bed. I'll just go wait till she lays down because I can't see shit. I can't select stuff. The stuff I want to select is the silver at the bottom of the page. I can't kind of see past her fur. There we go. I slightly pressed her so she'd lay down. Alright, so we've loaded up all the silver. We've loaded up a lot of the poor quality clothes. There's still some more poor quality crap beyond here that I do want to load up. And then I think that would be enough. I also think I've picked up some Devil Strand stuff, but if it's poor quality, I don't mind too much. Like, we'll just trade it. That one's poor quality. Honestly, I should be taking the best quality shit to this group. I also see a lot of talk sitting on the ground, but my guess is that because it's summer, they're not wearing it. And, like, I'd like to keep some things that are in a higher quality, but my people just aren't the type to put it back on, you know? So if it's like, I don't know. I guess we are sort of coming towards winter, but I could sell them some things. I could sell most of my talks. I don't think that's going to matter too much. think we've got time to make more. I'll set up the talks to be made with Hyperweave, I think. I'll have a look at its stats. I want to have a look at what Hyperweave does. I haven't had a close look for a while. Now that's a fair bit of like 5s and 10s. That's not going to be a lot of money. I think I'd be better off grabbing a couple of like a Thrumbo first stuff. If I can find the ones that aren't like fucking legendary. Jesus. That's a Hyperweave, Masterwork. My god, some of these are great. I sort of want to leave the Thrumbo Fur and the good Parker, but that's like 80. Rhinoceros probably isn't going to be that warm. Panther Fur will be. Rhinoceros Leather won't be. Heavy Fur will be. That's a 100% fucking good quality one. Take the Excellent. We'll take... I don't know who made Devil Strand Tribal Wear. I don't think that that's my colony. I think we found that. But we will take that. Panther Fur ones. Camel Hide. Take the Guinea Pig Pants. Alright. This should be enough, I hope, for trading. I kind of want to just grab like a whole heap more stuff. Just because of who they're going to trade with. And there's always a chance that they're going to have a lot of stuff. I do have like... primitive gear. I don't know if they'd buy the weapons, but I'll throw the bows on there. I know that the tribal group coming to us will probably actually honestly leave that. They'll buy those. I need it. I also do have wood, but I don't think they're going to buy that. What else we got? We've got some unfinished stuff. We do have sculptures. They probably won't buy that. They don't really buy that outside a colony. And yeah. The only other thing I would take would be food for trading, but we'll take this little bit. Hopefully that's enough. In the worst case scenarios, I'll send myself a fucking transport pod or some shit with some more clothes or crap in it. But, yeah. That caravan to go do the trade for the Parkers, it will get probably sorted tomorrow night. The caravans that have gone out for the mining, again, will also probably be sorted out tomorrow night. And... once my caravan has left here, I can put the Parkers, like allow the Parkers again. And where's my night save? There. And yeah, they'll deconstruct this bed thing that I made over here. The mock-up bed, and I can get a look at what size stuff I want to build and shit. Masters. Oh yeah, that's right. They'll be taking the helmets off. They'll be taking the beanies off for the fucking helmets. That's why I've got a shit ton of them at radio. I don't know how winter's going to go with that, but I guess we'll find out. Hopefully I'll have another crop. It's the 1st of October, so it's literally the start of fall. So I'm hoping that, well, I don't really want to be moving and building in winter, but if we could at least get some kind of structures and shit at the next place by then, that wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, we're not moving this week. We're looking at next week. But just letting you know what the fuck's going on.